Dear children, so happy morning to one and all. So now we are going to discuss the new lesson. It is chapter 4. The lesson name is Materials, Metals and Non-Metals. So in this chapter, we are going to discuss the topics to be covered. First, let me give the introductions of this lesson. So what is going to be materials and how it can be obtained. So these are some introduction part, and followed by the metals, physical properties of metals and non-metals, and physical properties of non-metals, and chemical properties of metals and non-metals. So actually, what is the difference between physical properties and chemical properties, children? So physical properties means their appearance, melting point, boiling point, density. So these are all the physical properties. With the help of appearance, we have to determine the properties. Chemical properties. So chemical properties means, so what happens, the metal or the non-metal is reacted with water, acids, base, etc. So chemical properties means the compound or element that is reacted with some other compound or substance. So that is known as chemical properties. So chemical properties means reaction will be taking place. So physical property means their appearance. And next, so in the chemical properties we are going to discuss with, so what happens when metals and non-metals reacts with oxygen. So what is the formula for oxygen, children? Yes, O2. And next is reaction with water. So what happens when metals and non-metals is reacted with water? So what is the formula for water? Yes, H2O. And next, reaction with acids. So what happens when the metals and non-metals is reacted with acids? Acids means, so when we add water in the acid means it will ionized. It will ionized as H plus ions, and the taste of the acid is sour taste. How we can identify the acid, children? It's very easy. So when we take the blue litmus paper, so when we dip the blue litmus paper in the acid, it will turns to red color. So from that we can easily identify the acids. What are the examples of acids? Hydrochloric acid. What is the formula for hydrochloric acid? HCl. And sulfuric acid. What is the formula for sulfuric acid? H2SO4. And nitric acid. What is the formula for nitric acid? HNO3. And acetic acid. The formula for acetic acid is CH3COOH. So these are all the examples of acids. So acid is nothing but, so when we add water in that acid, it will release or it will ionize the H plus ions. The examples are hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, nitric acid, acetic acid. And next is reaction with bases. So reaction with bases means, so in acid when we add water, it will release hydrogen ions, that is H plus ions. In bases when we add water, it will release hydroxide ion. Hydroxide ion, that is OH minus ions. And the taste of the acid is sour taste. Now the taste of base is bitter. So how we can identify the acid or bases? If there is acid means we have to dip the blue litmus paper in the acid means it will turns to red color. For example, they are given some base. So how we can identify? So in that we have to take red litmus paper. We have to take the red litmus paper and we have to dip the red litmus paper in the base. It will turns to blue color. So from that we can identify the base. The example for bases are sodium hydroxide. So what is the formula for sodium hydroxide? NaOH. Potassium hydroxide. The potassium hydroxide formula is KOH. Calcium hydroxide. So calcium hydroxide formula is CaOH twice. So these are all the examples of bases. And last topic is displacement reaction. And one more last one is uses of metals and non-metals. So these are all the topics we have to discuss in this lesson. First, let me take some materials. So in that materials, we have to identify the appearance, whether it will be shiny or dull. So shiny means we can tell it as lustrous. The lustrous means the substance or the materials is their appearance is look like shiny, that is known as lustrous. And next is hardness. So whether we have to tell the material is very hard or not very hard, we have to identify that. The first material is iron. So you can see here the iron. The appearance is it's dull or shiny, children. Yes, it is shiny. So shiny means it's lustrous. And hardness, you can see the iron is very hard or not very hard. Yes, it's very hard. So we can conclude it with the material, the object iron, the appearance is shiny, and hardness it will be very hard. And the next material is coal. The coal is made with the presence of carbon. So carbon. So in that we can see the material is coal. So here you can see the appearance. So appearance is shiny or dull. Yes, it is dull. And hardness. So hardness is it's very hard or not very hard, children. Yes, it is not very hard. So we can conclude it with the object cold. The appearance is dull, and the hardness is not very hard. And next material is sulphur. So what is the symbol for, what is the formula for sulphur, children? Yes. So here you can see the appearance. The appearance is shiny or dull. Yes, it is dull. And next hardness. So you can see here how it is. It's look very soft. It's very powdery. Softness is there no. So we can conclude with the sulphur object or material. The appearance is dull and the hardness it is soft. And the next material is aluminium. So what is the symbol for aluminium, children? Yes, Al. And appearance. So how it's look like? It's shiny or dull? Yes, it is shiny. So it's having the lustrous property. Lustrous will be there in the aluminium material. And hardness. So hardness, you can tell it's very hard or not very hard, children? Yes, it's very hard. So we can tell it as the material, the object, that is aluminium, its appearance is shiny. So shiny means it's having the lustrous property. And next is hardness. So hardness, it is hard. And the next material is copper. So copper, what is the symbol for copper, children? Yes, Cu. So what is the appearance here? It is dull or shiny? Yes, it is shiny. And hardness, it's very hard or not very hard, children? Yes, it's very hard. So we can conclude with the material or object copper, their appearance is shiny, and the hardness, it's very hard. And now we can continue the history of metals. We can discuss some metals when it will be introduced. So first, the gold. The gold is introduced in 6000 BC, and copper. So copper is introduced at 4200 BC, and silver is introduced at 4000 BC, and lead is introduced in 3500 BC, and tin is introduced at 1750 BC, and iron. So iron is introduced at 1500 BC. So it's called as, this year is called as Iron Age. And the mercury, platinum, antimony, bismuth, zinc, and arsenic. So these are all introduced at 750 BC. Okay, children. So see you on next session. Thank you.